So with what you sell right now, what's one of the biggest objections you get?
Oh, look, usually at the end of the day, it's people's belief in themselves as to whether they can, apply the newfound knowledge that they're about to get.
Okay.
But I think a lot of that is just masking the real issue of, can they afford it, and are they going to get a return on
let's say
their investment?
So the company you sell like property investment training, so it teaches them how to go out and find these properties. What's the biggest objection you get there?
It's usually if it's the high end product, they're usually going, what I think I'll do is I'll just try it myself and see how I go, and then if I don't think I can figure this out, I'll come back and talk to you about the high level training.
How do you help them overcome that?
Well, the first thing that I do is I just talk to them about whether they've had any experience before, where they've tried to do something themselves, and they haven't succeeded. Yeah. And I get them to start talking around that experience. So I take them back to a time in the past where they may have had tried something and failed, and then we explore the reasons why, and then I move into, do you think the outcome would have been different if you had some professional training and mentoring? And then get them to talk about that, and then progressively we get them round to them acknowledging that it's in their own best interest to make the investment required, so they don't
or what could happen, right? What are the consequences, right? So you're basically asking them, you're getting them to think about certain things they've done in the past where they failed doing something similar, and here's the reason why, and do you want to go down that route again, right?
Correct.
So another way you could even do that, I'll just give you some advice here, is you can say, because especially with that, because that's kind of a complicated thing, right? There's certain things that they have to know, and if they don't know with investment properties, I'm assuming they can lose money, right?
Correct.
So you want to list 3 or 4 of those things that are very, very complicated, high level. You want to say, so, I mean, John, do you feel like that's not a problem, figure it out on your own? I mean, tell me, do you feel like you can go out and know how to X and Y and Z so that the customer doesn't do this, this, and this? And do you feel comfortable doing X and B and C? And you list 3 or 4 things that are so complicated. And at the end you say, do you feel like you know how to do all that? And you know what they're going to say? I don't know how to do any of that. Well, let's just say you even knew how to do half of that on your own. What would possibly happen if you didn't know how to do the other half? How much money do you think you might lose? And so when you get them to acknowledge, like, I don't know those things, there's no way I'm going to be able to, if I don't know them and I go out and try to do it on my own, I'm going to do what? I'm going to lose money. It's far more risky to me to try to figure this out on my own and lose money, because you will, rather than get the funding together and have a professional company actually show me exactly what to do so I don't lose money, which is more risky. So when they look at that, they're like, oh gosh, it's far more risky if I try to do this on my own.
Yeah. You've got to get that risk, the appearance of that risk, a lot higher than the investment that they need to make in themselves.
It's the status quo. It's the same thing that we do in sales training, because we have clients that are normal salespeople, or maybe they, a company is talking to us, and it's basically just saying, hey, I'll try to figure this out on my own. I guess you can. I mean, but what happens though if you do X, Y, and Z? So they look at their current situation compared to where they want to be. Which is more riskier? Trying to figure it all out on your own, not knowing what to do, losing sales that you could be making, or getting the funding together for the right training and knowing exactly what to do day number 1 and not losing sales? Which is more risky?
Yeah.
It's the same concept.
Yeah.
I like it.
It is.
One thing I want to ask you as well before we end this, you've had some health challenges lately.
Yeah.
Some pretty crazy ones. We don't have to get into those because I know those are private. Having those sales skills, has that helped you? Because I know with what you've gone through, you got to really lower your stress down, right?
Yeah.
Or it could get worse. Having those type of sales skills compared to maybe how, in the beginning, like typically when you get into sales, you don't have the right skills. You need to try to beat people over the head to get them to join or buy. There's always that feeling you go to bed at night with anxiety because are they really going to buy the next day? Are they going to cancel? With NEPQ, because you learn those skills to get the prospect to persuade themselves, you don't really have that anxiety. How has that possibly helped you?
Yeah, that's correct. What's that saying, mate? Happy wife, happy life.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, let's be real about it. So if the money's flowing in with ease, then everything else is at ease.
Yeah.
So, my health issue, my melanoma, the cancer, yes, it's a skin cancer and it's prevalent in Australia, but at the end of the day too, there's always usually a lot of surface stuff going on. And so I've been doing some life coaching around that to sort of understand whether that was related to the construction days and all the pressure and associated with that. But, definitely now living in a perpetual state of gratitude like I do, mate, if the money's flowing and the wife's happy, everything's at ease.
Yeah. And it helps with your health. It helps with everything. When
everything.
You don't have stress levels. And you only have stress levels if you don't know what you're doing. If you don't know what questions to ask at the right time throughout that whole conversation that gets the prospect to persuade themselves, they get the prospects to pull you in rather than you push, because when you push, they push back, right? Yeah. That can be developed. Any last words of advice for anybody listening today?
Oh, look, if it's somebody that's on the line that is just looking to get involved with this level of training with your organization, my response is just jump in. Like seriously, jump in. Do yourself a favor. And then for those people that are actually in and maybe not really applying the things that they've learned, make a decision today to become a student that masters sales. Because it doesn't matter whether you're selling stuff, communicating with people, negotiating ski lodges in Japan, working with staff, it doesn't matter. The skill set that you will take away from this will permeate through every aspect of your life and also allow you to just improve the relationships with the people that you love the most. Mate, it's made me a better husband. It's made me a better father. Yeah. Because you're just a better overall communicator. You're just
a better overall communicator. I agree. Once you learn these type of skills that we train you with, NEPQ 3.0, Advanced Inner Circle, NEPQ 2.0, all those, once you learn those high level skills, you literally can write your own ticket and go anywhere in the world and sell anything you want and make the most amount of money you ever thought possible, because of the skill level you have acquired with the training. That's available for everybody in here listening, everybody in this group, everybody in our other Facebook groups. That's 100% available to you. You have done well. You not only gotten the training, but you submerged yourself in it. You even flew to my house, which is crazy, for more training. And you're just a student of the ball game. And the cool thing about you is you're hitting me up the other day like, hey, I'm not in your most advanced training course. How do I get into it? Because you know that by going through that, you're just going to make even more sales, right? It's like it's a no-brainer. So you're somebody that's my friend Brad Lee always says, is training something that you did, or is training something that you do?
Yeah, I think of it like George Leonard wrote the book Mastery, and George Leonard says that you need to fall in love with the practice of the practice, because that is the purest definition of mastery. Yeah. And so this sales training is just practice for the love of the practice. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love that you're a student of the ball game and you're always learning, like every single month, every single year, you're looking for more training that we're putting out because you make more sales from it. Tell your wife I said hello.
Pleasure.
All right. I know you got calls, man. You got your sales calls. So I just wanted to have you come on here and give your experience to everybody and wishing you to get better. And I'm excited. I want to see you when the pandemic's over here, when you can actually fly. And I don't think we can even fly over to your country right now.
Yeah, no, you can't. Yeah, so mate, the health's all good. I've got a clean bill of health now. I'm eager to get back to Japan. So the Australian government is saying that in all likelihood we might be able to get there by this coming season, the end of this year, beginning of next year. Yeah. So mate, who knows? Maybe we'll be able to see each other in the flesh.
You know, our office is over in Sydney now. So
I know.
we have an office there, but I've never even been to our office. Matt's there, our CEO, and everybody. But as soon as the restrictions are over, I'll be flying over there and we'll be hanging out. So
awesome.
Okay,
good stuff.
Be good, man. Thanks everybody
for having me, mate. All
anytime. Hey guys, if you enjoyed these, here's another you can watch right over here. Join our free Sales Revolution group. Click the link below.
Join us and we're going to help you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you real soon.